You know, when this journey first began, you know it. I did not know where it was going to lead me. Another episode of A Dose of
Get a
Nick.
dose of Nick. If you ever feeling down, you don't wanna be around. Get a dose of Nick. Get a dose of, get a dose of Nick. Come get a dose of Nick. Come get a dose of Nick. Come get a dose of Nick.
Have you ever heard a song that instantly transported you back in time, making you realize you knew every word, even if you hadn't heard it in years? Welcome back to A Dose of Nikki, where we dive into the rhythms of life, love, and everything in between. Today, I want to share an experience that sparked a deep reflection on relationships, music, and societal perceptions. Just the other day, I was in the kitchen. My husband was playing some throwback R&B music, and I found myself singing along to a song I hadn't heard in ages. You know the kind, those tracks that take you back, that somehow know your heart. It was this male group, right? And I was sitting here going, wait a minute. And it struck me how groups like Boys to Men, Jodeci, Silk, Jagged Edge, just to name a few, they just seem to be like relics of the past. I mean, come on. Where are the male vocal groups today? I don't really hear of any of them too much, It's all solo acts or whatever. But anyway, we're not even going to go back to like the originals, like the Temptations, the Four Tops, even Jackson 5. That's just simply above my pay grade. Anyway, this particular song that caught my attention was Walked Out of Heaven by Jagged Edge. Now, let me tell you, the foundation of their music is steeped in genuine emotion and transparency. Really, when I listened to their songs and I started like connecting their different songs, I was like, wow, and that goes for a lot of male groups. They were very transparent and showed their sensitive side when they sang the songs. They were genuine to me, They were not afraid. Jagged Edge is who I'm talking about. They were not afraid to express their feelings, and that's a beautiful thing to me. So this song, the intro, had like these, let me think of how I could describe it, like delicate piano chords. It like draws you in. You find yourself, I was in the kitchen, and that piano chord, just that intro, I found myself pausing, like, wait a minute, like, did I just hear that? Like, you find yourself searching or following the sound, the musical instrument. It was very amazing what happened to me in that moment, right? And it made me pause. It makes you pause and reflect before the lyrics hit you with a wave of emotion. The title itself, Walked Out of Heaven, is so poignant. It speaks to the sorrow of the relationship that has ended. That's really what this song is about. It captures the feeling of loss and longing for love that once felt like a heavenly experience. Now, as I listened, I found myself resonating with the lyrics. I was like, especially there's this one part where he admits, I didn't treat her like she wanted to be treated. Now hold on a second. Let's unpack that. He says, I didn't treat her like she wanted to be treated. Now, I've heard this song countless times, but this time those words hit differently. There is a maturity in acknowledging that it's not just about how he treated her, but about understanding her needs. Work with me, come on. Now that's a powerful realization. It really is, especially for young men. I mean, we know people write a lot of these songs for people, but in this situation, there were the members of this group who actually wrote the songs, wrote the lyrics, along with like Jermaine Dupri and this other person, Emmanuel Seal or something, right? So they were active participants, which was very impressive. Now, this realization, as I said, it's all about assuming responsibility for the relationship and recognizing where it went wrong. And this brings me to a broader societal issue. And just like in relationships, there are perceptions about how men and women are treated different in various contexts, including politics. Now let's take this recent election, for example. Women, like Vice President Kamala Harris, often face intense scrutiny, right? That their male counterparts don't. Despite her qualifications, she has to prove herself more than others. Meanwhile, we see figures like Trump whose faces serious allegations, right? Things like mishandling of classified documents, election interference, hush money payments, come on now. And then there's various civil cases related to business practices and other matters, but yet he still maintains a strong political presence. Now let's talk about that. Kamala's record as the former district attorney and former attorney general, sure, her decisions have been criticized, especially regarding the 3 strikes law, which mandates longer sentences for repeat offenders, right? Now, I guess it's like the saying goes, 3 strikes and you're out, right? So the 3-strike law gives individuals multiple chances before they face severe consequences. So it's like someone, I guess, selling drugs, right? And after being caught, they get the opportunity to, maybe they get a slap on the wrist. The next time, if it happens to them again, they are now reprimanded a little bit more severely. And then the third time, they add up the time that they would have gotten, and now it's considered severe, right? It's a harsh punishment. So something like selling drugs, maybe you only had a small amount on you, and normally that would be like a month or a couple of months in jail, that kind of thing. But after you did it 3 times, you multiply that by 3, now you have 3 years, and now it's perceived as being extreme, right? But if someone keeps selling, it raises question. If you keep doing something over and over where is illegal or you're going to get caught, it raises questions about personal responsibility, right? Why is there a push to extend sympathy towards those who repeatedly break the law, right? If that's what people are upset about, they're criticizing her about. Now, it is important. I don't understand. But anyway, it's important to note that she did not personally put individuals in prison. Rather, she oversaw cases and made prosecutorial decisions within the framework of the legal system. Now, there are other things. I don't know all the specifics and things of that nature, but this is just a general overview of the situation. But to make my point, this situation highlights the double standard. And women in positions of power are often judged more harshly for their decisions, while men seem to escape the same level of scrutiny regardless of their actions. So as I reflect on the heartfelt lyrics of Jagged Edge, I can't help but draw parallels to the broader narrative of relationships, personal accountability, and societal judgment. It's a reminder that emotions and perceptions are complex, whether in love or in the public I. So, I say all this to say, please do not forget to vote. You have November 5th. That's the date, November 5th, and it's our last chance. You have a right. Do it. Take advantage of that right and vote. Either way. So, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey today. I hope you take a moment to reflect on your own relationships, the music that resonates with you, and the way we perceive one another in our society. Until next time, on A Dose of Nikki, keep your heart open and your mind curious. And be well, my friends. Be well. Get a dose of Nikki. Get a dose of Nikki.